You know, I'm gonna talk about a serious situation in my own personal life. You know, a lot of people are dealing with a lot of health issues. A lot of people dealing with a lot of circumstances. You know, it's a different world that we're living in, and it's different situations that, you know, if you ain't dealing with it yourself personally, your family dealing with it, if you're a mother or father, you know, your kids dealing with it, or if you're a parent, you know, you gotta deal with it. So, you know, I just found out, due to my own, you know, self-medication of trying to heal certain situations that could happen in my life, you know, I look at a lot of these videos that I make and I say, damn, my mouth twisted up, you know, or if I look at a situation and be like, damn, my arm tired, you know, and sometimes I have seizures and don't even realize that I done went blank until I come to and realize, damn, I done blanked out and don't know what the fuck happened. So, you know, drugs played a lot into that, which what we call the black market, because when you young and you say, well, fuck, I'm gonna smoke some weed, or I'm gonna pop a pill, and, you know, I'm gonna snort some powder, do some heroin, smoke some crack. A lot of these things out here have a different meaning to it, and they can send you into what people want to call anxiety and depression, you know, even Xanax pills and stuff like that. So in my own self-medication, you know what I'm saying, I ended up taking what somebody would call an overdose of, you know, I took 25 Tylenol PMs. So now I have a hole in my brain, which, you know, it's as serious as it gets. But that only explains what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? I ain't looking for no pity party, you know, and I ain't looking for somebody to feel sorry for me, because everybody is going to do and think the way that they want to think anyway, because that's what they, you know, that's what they already know. So, you know, I'm just making this video for my kids, because that's the only thing that I care about. You know, as far as me trying to impress somebody or trying to show somebody up, you know what I'm saying, I don't have to do that, because, you know, I do me. So, you know, I'm just making this video. I mean, just so I can know, I could look back on it years from now, months and Sundays, and say, damn, how far did I get? You know, how far did I make it? You know, it's or for my family tree to look back and say, damn, your daddy was this, or your mama was that, or that nigga was this. Because, you know, it ain't no more sneak dissing. You know what I'm saying? People gonna say what they want to say. They gonna form their own opinion about you the way that they want to do. And you gonna be left for whatever legacy that you leave on your own life. So, you know, if I done got beat out of anything, you know, and I don't have anything that I ain't supposed to have, I just don't have it, you know. And if I don't personally think that, you know, I'm supposed to be better than the next person, I'm really not. So, you know, that's just me speaking on my own life, and, you know, and basically just, you know, I'm talking to whoever's listening, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody paying attention, because, you know, I ain't charging nobody for this information. But, you know, I done spoke with a lot of people, they family going through situations, you know what I'm saying? They dealing with certain stuff, and, you know, money ain't gonna always heal every situation. And, you know, I asked the doctor, like, well, shit, so what's the next step? You know, so he's talking about more medication. Well, you know, when you go to the hospital and they ask you, well, do you feel like killing yourself? I feel like I'm tired of you asking me the same questions over and over. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, how do you feel like you're going to harm yourself? Do you feel like you're going to harm somebody else? Well, you know, you say that, and then they put you in the padded room with no clothes on, and then you got to figure out what the next move is to get out of there if you don't think that you really going crazy. So everything is meant for a reason. And I ain't never been, I'm lying. I went to the psychiatric unit one time, but that's because I told them quit asking me the same questions about the same situation that I already told y'all the answer about. So, you know, when I explained that to them, you know, they let me out because I had a visitor. But, you know, when you down and your folks is in a situation, you know, I mean, it's all type of stuff that could jump off. You know, so if you real, you know, stay real. You know, and if you fake, you gonna stay fake. And if they make you take these pills because you don't think that you deserve or you belong to be in society, you know, you have to come up with something else. And even with that, trying to take these pills, if you know, ain't what it's always about. You know, I'd rather smoke weed, but right now, you know, in 2020, in the system that I'm currently in, you know, I tried vaping, and we all know in previous conversations and, you know, previous videos and posts, you know, that was an epic failure. I spent, man, over $500 vaping, and ultimately, you know what I'm saying, the Sour Patch Kids is what, you know, what had the pesticides, and took me, you know, 6 units of fluid to recover, you know. So I mean, that wasn't, but it's trial and error with everything. You know, I'd rather just smoke regular blunt in that situation. I ain't never snorted powder and ain't never experimented with the other drugs, but you know, I'm not trying to speed up, I'm trying to slow down. But you know, you're able to get to the doctor and they're able to prescribe you. It's trial and error, because you know, they right now they got me on some stuff where they trying to calm me down, and you know, ain't nothing gonna replace my bud. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so that's what it is. It's not about me. You know, it's not about being drug free. You know, it's about finding what's gonna help you in your situation to make it through it. Because, you know, I asked them, they was like, well, you know, you can't fix that hole in your brain. I say, well, what does it affect? He said, you know, it creates me to have seizures, and it's affecting me having a balance. It's affecting me being able to have control of my limbs on one full side. But, you know, right now I'm 36. You know what I'm saying? By the time y'all watch this video and I get it uploaded, I'll be 37. You know what I'm saying? Hands down, you know, Slow Money Records. So, you know, then it's just dealing with a whole bunch of stuff that you really can't explain, but I don't mind talking about it. But I got to know what I'm talking about to get to that position. So, you know, that's just what it is. They talking about disability. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know, when I decoded the internet and then I went back, hacked into the Google, you know what I'm saying, and went to the hood, you know. So when I did all that, that was what it was. So what happens is, when you look at the Criminal Minds, and you know, you watch that woman on Criminal Minds, Garcia, you know, and you look at the situation, or you watch Catch Me If You Can, you know, when you watch those those type of shows, and you see that these criminals can be so criminal and do so much activity to where they ain't got no choice but to work for the police. And, you know, because at that point in time, what happens is, if I done hacked into the main system that controls every phone in the world, they lost all their money. So what happened was, when you create something, you can show them where they failed at. And once you're able to show somebody where they failed at, they gotta build that system better. And the better that they build that system, the more you can keep showing them that they done fucked up. So everybody out there that got an iPhone, you your own police on the phone. So it's not about saying, oh, well, the police can't get in my phone. But if you got a chick or a dude that got an iPhone, they can track the phone. They can look inside the phone and see what's going on. So even though you got an iPhone, you police your own self. So, you know, that's what that is about that situation. But you got an Android, you got an opportunity. But it's just, you know, it ain't about how far you gonna go. You know, it's about how far you won't go. And, you know, that's just how it works. So I don't be trying to preach about what it is, you know, and I ain't trying to preach about what it ain't, but, you know, just go back in these videos and check the background and see that I'm really moving. You know, I'm not really just standing still in one position, that I'm really moving this shit and making it happen. Sometimes I gotta watch my own back, you know, so I'm talking to you, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucking with you. But what's going on, big time? But you know, when you out here in real life and dealing with real life people and real life situations, you know, it's corruption everywhere you go. And, you know, if you ain't willing to put the time in, and just like they say, you know, do the crime, do the time, you know, every crime ain't bad. You know, you got investigators